Hello YouTube! Today another episode in my series People of the Elder Scrolls, as I try to tackle some requests that I've gotten over the years for subjects. Today we cover what's perhaps the greatest novelist in the history of the Elder Scrolls series, Crassius Curio, the writer of the Lusty Argonian Maid series, the absolute pinnacle of Tamrielic literature. So, as time progresses away from the early 2000s, it's becoming ever more clear that there's a lot of people nowadays interested in the Elder Scrolls series, but that never played Morrowind, either because it looks too dated, has too dated controls, combat systems, you know the drill. So there's many people who are great fans of the amazing literary series Lusty Argonian Maid as well, that have never had the honor of meeting its fabled author, Crassius Curio. This man. On the first sight, this man is nothing special, just a well-dressed nobleman. Crassius Curio, who lives in the city of Vivec, is one of the councillors of House Hlaalu, and with that he's actually one of the most important figures in House Hlaalu and has considerable wealth. But despite his obvious power, wealth and prestige, he is nothing if not extremely eccentric. He wants people to call him Uncle Crassius, and he asks people that would like favors of him to undress in front of him, and he then calls those people his little dumplings, or his little sweet rolls, or his little pumpkins. He does not really care about the race, gender, age, or even the looks of a person. He just wishes you to undress, and then he will do the favor of you. Simple enough. He sees it as a very simple favor. While on a quest to become Hortator of House Hlaalu, the Nerevarine has to go through exact this embarrassing process to get his blessing and recognition, and thus the Nerevarine has to undress for him and has to call him Uncle Crassius. Next to his regular job as Councillor of House Hlaalu, he's a hobbyist playwright, having written the apparently famous play The Three-Legged Guar, which we don't know what it is exactly, because it never appears in any of the games. And when we meet him in Morrowind, he's actually working on a new play. A play that according to him will be fabulous, will stir the soul and touch the heart of the rousing masses and will wake them up from their slumber. This play will be his masterpiece, and it shall be called The Lusty Argonian Maid. And in the game, the Nerevarine can actually find and recruit an actor to star in this new amazing play by Uncle Crassius. We don't exactly know what happened after this point, other than that the play became world famous, as copies of the play can be found all around Tamriel in all the mainline Elder Scrolls games post Morrowind, meaning that the play truly captured the hearts all around Tamriel. However, despite his weird quirks, or rather just his perverted personality, he is one of the few in House Hlaalu that's actually working against corruption, and the quests that he can give to you while you're in House Hlaalu almost all deal with getting rid of corruption, signaling that at least when it comes to politics, he has some morals. In terms of backstory, well, we don't really know anything of his past other than that he was once very poor and had a stroke of bad luck. He then went to some old friends in Morrowind who let him stay at their house, apparently helping him back on his feet. These old friends were the Arano family, who back in the Third Era apparently lived in Morrowind. In Skyrim we can actually meet two members of the family on Solstheim who can give you a quest where you have to retrieve a special folio edition of the Lusty Argonian Maid, which contains both chapters in one book, and a special thank you word by Crassius to the family after taking him in and helping him get back on his feet when his luck had turned on him. That said, I placed this event in his past before Morrowind because that seems more logical. However, we don't exactly know when this whole ordeal with the Arano family taking him in took place. It might as well be that this play failed so badly that he was out of money, or he was so perverted that House Hlaalu eventually expelled him, or something else happened. Maybe his fight against corruption got some bad guys to get rid of him in House Hlaalu, meaning that the Arano ordeal might have taken place after Morrowind's events. But to me at least it seems more likely that it took place in the past. And that's basically all we know of the great and eccentric Crassius Curio. If you like this video, consider subscribing for more Elder Scrolls lore content, or if you want to support me in a more personal way, there is of course my Patreon. On there are people that make these kind of videos possible by their generous donations, and allow me to vocally mention my top patrons Hayden Barnes, Sam Kempling, Gabriel Binda and Zachary Fluke. You guys are awesome. That said, I will see you all in my next lore video. Bye bye.